Look, fellas, pay attention to the aesthetics. She's on a podcast. She got a drink in her hand, face filled with makeup, and she's about to talk about her relationships. So you all already know the type of woman this is. Let's get into the video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to your most recent marriage, or like I guess should I say most recent divorce?
Yeah.
With
Both, all of that.
both, right?
All of the
With
above.
Raymond Santana. I had done some research. It said that you met him at a party in Atlanta that Candy threw.
Mhm.
I want to know if it was love at first sight.
No.
Okay, so how did all that go down?
No, it wasn't love at first sight because I looked at him like a brother. Like I was just getting familiar with When They See Us. It had just come out. And so everybody that
Wait, for the people that don't know what When They See Us is.
So When They See Us is the Netflix specials that the Netflix series, excuse me, that details the story of the Central Park 5, which is now represented as the Exonerated 5. So I'm from the Midwest. I really wasn't made aware back in 1989 of what was happening in New York or whatever. So I never knew about that story until it came on Netflix. So I watched it, and as a mom, I was devastated. Just as a person, you don't even have to be a mother to witness or to see what they went through and not feel some type of emotion or sympathy, feel sympathetic for them. Or even outrage, because if you watch the series, you would definitely become outraged. So that's the take that I had on that series. So when I met him, it was at his request. I was at Todd's birthday party, and I was with my mom, who doesn't go to clubs, but she just happened to be there that night. That's why I thought it was all alignment. So Candy said, Raymond Santana want to meet you. I was like, oh my God, the Central Park, guy. He's here. He wants to meet me. Delicious is. She was like, girl, yeah. So he came over. I was like, oh, my brother. I'm hugging him. He started kind of rubbing the lower part of my back. I said, that wasn't a brother-sister hug. I said, okay. She's like, girl, he's still a man. So when I got home later on that night,
Yo.
he was double tapping or hearting all of my
your pictures.
pictures. So I was a little intrigued by that, to say the least, because
This is cold, bro. This is a woman who's trained to go. She's trained to go get the money. She's from Detroit. Look, fellas, in case y'all don't know, bro, when a woman darkens around her eyes, that's a woman who want to drain you, bro. Whether it's your money or your energy. It never fails. Pay attention to women who darken around their eyes, who around their eyes is always kind of dark. I'm telling you, bro, these women are who they are. So she saw dude, oh, he want me? Well, he got to pay to play. She's looking at him like a bag. Now, dude would have been way better if he had just pay her straight up to do his thing. But this fool married her. Biggest mistake he made.
of who it was. So, and then I was still surprised that he even knew who I was. I just didn't think that.
In jail, don't ask me how I know this, but in jail, the niggas, they only get to watch reality TV. So I remember, like, right now, like, one of my homeboys just got out of jail.
Yeah.
And he was like, all we watched in there was Basketball Wives. I remember when I got off of Bad Girls Club, like, random people would see me in, like,
Yes.
Walmart, Target, like,
Yes.
niggas that just got.
Bad Girls Club. You gotta pay attention, bro. When a woman is on Bad Girls Club, Basketball Wives, these women are getting paid to provide chaos and drama. Chaos and drama. So, as a man, you gotta understand what type of women possesses that type of energy. That's a woman who ain't got no soul, bro. She will do anything for some money. Facts. So this right here is just bird energy in the building. Bird to bird.
Got out of jail, and they'll like be like, "Man, we used to watch you in jail. You that girl from Bad Girls Club."
Yes.
So maybe that maybe
Well, this is the tea that people didn't realize. Raymond had been out of jail for 20 years when I met him.
really
Yes,
20.
he was not fresh out.
Oh, okay.
He went in at 14. He was there for 14 years, so he was out. He was when I was.
You weren't when you were on TV. He was out already.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay.
He had a full life and marriage and everything.
Because
Prior.
they don't portray like that.
No, because it makes me look more villainized.
Mm.
So no, but Raymond had been home for a few decades before I met him.
Okay, so you guys got married in 6 months.
We did. He proposed to me 4 weeks after I met him. I thought it was 6, but it was 4.
Damn, she cold. She is, yo, fellas, that's game. She got that sucker to propose to her within 4 weeks. What? Bro, this is what I be trying to tell you about women like this, bro. She's trained to go. These women ain't got no soul. They are loyal to the bag. This is what I be trying to tell y'all, yo, keep away from women like this. This woman was on Flavor Flav. She was smashing Flavor Flav to get put on. So you know she don't care. All she care about is here's the thing, man. And this is why you gotta look into a woman's past. Because before a woman get to this point, or like a lot of times, whoever like trained her to be this way probably broke her. So when you break a woman, it's like you are taking away her soul, her emotions. So she don't feel anything. She doesn't have any shame. So a woman like that could just go get the money. She's no different to a woman on the strip who's selling that thing. Understand that. For a woman like this to thrive in the industry, bro, just look at her eyes. And that's what I be trying to tell you all, fellas. It's all in the eyes. This is a woman who possesses demonic energy, bro. She's soulless. Okay? 4 weeks, bro.
And
So you don't think that was like a little too quick?
no, it was definitely quick. It was never said to not. It was never not said that it was speedy.
Mm-hmm.
I think for me,
Here come the
I definitely
bullshit.
didn't want to say no to him because it was
Because of the money.
him. I felt like he was, out of all the men that I've dated, that he was the most deserving. But I think that I was moving from a place of what I felt about what I seen on a series rather than
What?
vetting who I actually dated
Dating.
outside of that show. It's like I'm no different from the rest of the world. Nobody can fault me for having empathy or sympathy for him because people who've never met him felt like that.
So do you feel like you said yes out of sympathy?
No, I
Oh.
think that I gravitated to him with a quicker emotion or an expression of love because of
Okay, let me
that.
tell you something.
Mhm.
So I've been in two narcissistic relationships.
This
We're gonna
is
get there because
crazy.
May is Mental Health Month, so we're gonna talk about narcissism at the end of the episode. But
How are you?
I'm good. I went to therapy, so I'm.
So did I. I'm
good.
still in therapy.
Oh yeah, I'm not. But I did a year. I did a year of therapy, so I know literally narcissism like the back of my hand. So when I be speaking on narcissism, like on like social media, people always make fun of me because they're like, "Oh, she doesn't know what she's talking about." Like, but people don't really know.
I
what
see
she-
that.
Lady, you just said you was on Bad Girls Club. Like what? Like I can't take no woman serious who is on Bad Girls Club. Your job is to wake up every day, get drunk, and fight. If I'm not mistaken, because I could be wrong. I mean, I don't watch the show, but I believe that's what the show is about. It's about women who are troubled, who don't know how to control their emotions, who's always fighting. They lack emotional intelligence, and the producer of the show is pretty much using them for money, to make money, like out of their pain, like out of their trauma. So the fact that you was in that show tells me everything I need to know about the type of woman that you are, about your temperament, about how you function, about your spirit. Because a woman with a good spirit, bro, how can she be in a show like that? She can thrive around chaos. But a bird dwells in chaos. She needs chaos. So she's going to fit right in. Like, oh shit, Bad Girls Club, this is a sanctuary for me. This is my type of speed.
But they don't know what we've been through.
Right.
Narcissistic abuse is real.
It is. So you don't feel like he was love bombing you in the beginning.
Oh yeah, but see, I'm gonna be very honest with you.
Okay.
And I went to school for English, and it's a shame. I didn't know the full definition of narcissist, and I'm not crazy or naive, but I really didn't think that Black men would be narcissists. I thought that was other cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't, and I have Caucasian family members. So, I mean, I've seen other cultures have that more, I didn't think that Black men, of all the things that they are, I didn't really connect them to that. Not that they couldn't be that. I didn't connect them to that. But he's not Black. He's Puerto Rican. So maybe I should have checked myself.
I mean, he's still Black, right?
Technically. Technically. But at the time, I really did not off of sympathy when you asked if I was accepting him for sympathy, but I did give him what I wouldn't have given somebody else because of my sympathy. So I wasn't seeing narcissists, I saw trauma. So every time he did things that were narcissistic, I blamed it on what he had went through. Yeah.
Okay, so where did things start going wrong and you started to realize like this is not gonna work?
After I said yes to the engagement ring.
Like literally the next day?
No, but there was a sense of entitlement that started to take place.
Mm-hmm.
Where this was happening in my mind long before I said I do. But once again, I thought that was, it was like, what you're getting into. You're not, this isn't a rapper, actor, an athlete, or even a doctor or anything, anybody that you've dated in the past. This gentleman comes with a certain, background that's going to require you to be more sensitive. And I was cool with that. I think I've always dated people who had things that I could fix.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I liked that. I'm an enabler in that way. So I think that I didn't like the idea of fixing him, but I liked the idea of, because I cared about him so much, being that one who could do for you what nobody else would stand up and do.
Right.
Lady, stop Yo, listen, bro. Before a woman, well, let me see a bird. Before a bird finesse a man into marrying her, she already got a out. She's already planning how she's going to get out of the situation to get what she wants. Understand that about a bird. For example, if a chick get with you, right, and she knows this about you, let's say you might be smashing other girls, or let's say you might be this type of dude, what she's gonna do is get you to marry her first, or like whatever she want from you. She's gonna get that from you, and when she's ready to return back to the streets, she's gonna use that against you. That's why women are always observing. They are very curious. If a woman comes into your home, she's gonna start looking around, and she's gonna start like paying attention to everything. Why you think that is? Women are gatherers. They are gathering information. They are gathering things. Because they know that they will use it against you one day. They need something to use against you. Facts.
I'm gonna make you feel like I'm gonna be your bad bitch and you about to be a beast in this bitch because you deserve that. That's what I felt like. I wanted to champion for
You
him.
wanted to save him.
Yeah.
Mood.
Damn.
Girl. See,
Did you just say that out loud? That is the truth.
no, it'd be the truth. It'd be the truth. Okay, we gonna move on. Okay, cool.
I wanted to save him.
There was a tweet, right, that you tweeted right after.
I don't like your researchers because I don't even remember what I tweet. What the hell? What did I tweet?
There's a tweet that you tweeted right after, I guess, it got out to the blogs that you and Raymond were separating. It says that you accused Raymond of being a narcissist and a liar and a cheat.
Oh, my tweet. Okay,
Your
you're
tweet,
right. That I
right?
did. What I
But
had
then
said
It
was,
was taken down within a few hours. So, what went on with
well, I don't know about a few hours, but definitely within 24 hours.
Yeah.
Because what it is I don't go on Twitter. I just group everything to my Twitter from my Instagram.
Mhm.
So what I did was I posted that I am no longer in my marriage, or my husband is a narcissist and it's
and a liar and a cheat.
and a liar and a cheat. Yeah, can you read it? And I'll say there's a
It
spider that
says-
is really bugging me right there on the
Yeah,
side
it says Raymond
by the front door.
is a narcissist, a liar, and a cheat. That's the only.
That
part
sounds
I
about
can-
right.
Yeah.
Yep, and I said, and the rest will be revealed later. I tweeted that because by that point, and people who understand, I don't want to get too religious because I understand that it makes people frustrated because everybody got a different way of thinking.
Mhm.
But people who understand when God starts to speak to you and you know that you really don't have any more control other than what's about to happen because he's letting you know when I say so, it is so. I knew in that moment that I was about to be a vessel. So as much as I cringe when I see people take their relationship trauma live,
bro.
like I hate, a lot of my friends are in reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
So their relationships are already
Like public.
on public. Yes. That's why I said any of my friends who were in reality TV who didn't support me or who judged me when I spoke out loud, I told them to kiss my ass because your whole life is out loud.
Period.
And I don't judge it. But in that moment,
Birds of a feather flock together, bro. What type of person wants their relationship to be public? Only birds. I'm trying to tell y'all. If your girl is doing things for the gram, she's putting your relationship out there, understand the type of woman that your girl is. Any woman who seeks public approval about her relationship is not a sacred woman. Y'all got to understand these things. These are all signs. It's all energy. It's all about a person's spirit. A person could lie all they want, but their energy can't. Their spirit can't. You got to pay attention to actions, bro. Facts.
I knew that God said, you're going to have to tell the truth because I had been hiding it for 30 days. Y'all didn't know he had been gone.
Right.
It was just time.
So why didn't you file for divorce first?
I would have never filed. So I'm glad he did. Thank you.
Wait.
I would have never left him. I would have never.
Well, I mean, I understand that as far as have been a victim of narcissistic, like I've been in a narcissistic relationship and then you get manipulated into feeling like you can't leave.
Girl, why do I feel so connected to you even more because you said you went through that?
Girl, I was in therapy for a whole year. Woo child. But I'm glad that I was in therapy because now I know. Like, I know all the I know all
Me
the red flags.
too.
Girl, I be listening to Dr. Romney still to this day.
Listen, when I tell you, and then not only that, you learn more about yourself.
You do.
You learn more about yourself. You learn
Like,
how
why you're even attracted to narcissists.
exactly. So it's like my therapist, she says it so calmly. You're an enabler. Did you just call me that? She's like, no, I'm not accusing you. I'm giving you a fact so that you can actually understand it
Mhm.
and then you can work on it or whatever. And you guys normally attract narcissists
Mhm.
because you enable naturally. But yeah, it was a
What? This is what I'm saying, man. You attract who you are. The type of energy that you put out there, it will attract that type of energy. If you a good person and you got a good soul, that's who you will attract around you. You will attract good people, quality people. But when you got the mindset of a bird, you are only like going to attract suckers, simps, weak men, men who are weak to the flesh, thirsty dudes. You're not going to be able to attract a real man, a man who is healthy, a man who takes care of his mind, body, and soul, a man who is functioning properly. He's going to be extremely sharp in life. And he's going to be able to see exactly who you are because he sees beyond the surface. Whereas a weak man, he's only going to see the flesh. He will always see the ass and titties. He will never pay attention to a woman's spirit. That's why birds like this thrive, because there's always a sucker around who is going to be impressed by their flesh, by their ass and titties, so they show it. But look at what they are attracting. They are only attracting suckers and simps, pretty much men that they don't really want, because let's be real. But that's how it goes, man. You attract who you are.
A bit much to have to reveal it to the world, because
Right.
there were so many people in the beginning that I knew would say, I told you so, but they said it for different reasons. They thought that I was a gold digger. Are you crazy? I'm platinum digger, D. I'm not digging for gold anymore. I do that on my own. If
Period.
I'm going to
Platinum digger.
dig, I'm going to dig for platinum. I don't have to dig. I grow my gold in my own backyard. I've gotten everything that I've gotten through God and myself.
Right.
I work hard. I take care of my business. I don't care if I've achieved things just based on me doing a damn walk away. I was known for it. It brought in income. It brought in, position and opportunity. So I didn't need anything from any man, let alone Raymond. I wanted to give to him. So when people were like, oh my gosh, she's only marrying him because she's a gold digger, then what are you saying about him? You're more so saying that there's nothing.
That he can offer but money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Which
used to
was
tell him
technically
that.
true because he spent most of the years that you are supposed to be dating in jail. Like he
The
like
developmental years for
yeah,
sure.
his developmental years were spent in jail.
Yeah.
So like, how did you even expect that relationship to work dating somebody that has not had any dating experience?
Well, he has. He was married before me. He's had more than dating experience. If he ain't did nothing else, he dated.
Wait, when did he get married?
He got out of jail when he was 21. So Raymond is now almost 50. So he's been out of jail. That's what the world doesn't hear, and that's what the world doesn't connect to. I didn't meet somebody fresh out. I don't even think I would be able to. No, he wasn't fresh out.
Yo, this chick is so full of shit, bro. She's not a gold digger. She's digging for platinum, y'all. She's on a different level, man. I ain't no gold digger. I'm a veteran in the game. I'm digging for platinum now. And she like 45 or some shit. And this is what I be trying to tell y'all, bro. Like, if a woman is a bird at 10, bro, she's gonna be a bird at 80. That energy never leaves a woman, bro. It can't. That's why you can't save a bird, because they thrive in their bullshit. There's nobody to, and this is why birds are so dangerous, bro. Society don't hold birds accountable. So a bird will be delusional and think that it's okay to be delusional because there's no real like consequences for her actions. So she's gonna keep doing bird shit and more bird shit, messing with this dude, destroying his life, power up, moving on to another dude, do the same thing. And after they leave each dude, they're going to say the same thing. He was a cheater and a liar. He was controlling. He was abusive. You will always hear the same stories when it comes to a bird.
Put it
Okay,
like
that
that.
makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So since this is the month of May, this is mental health.
Yeah.
I guess
Awareness month.
mental health awareness month.
Yeah, it is.
I just want to go over like a few terms that people use sometimes unknowingly, because I hate when people be like, oh, because I be telling my man, I'd be like, you're gaslighting me, and
Right.
he's like, well, what does that mean? But like, there's
And the fact that she got a man is crazy. Look, fellas, be careful out here. That's just the bottom line. That's pretty much why I did a reaction to this video. And, like other videos like this, is just to point out to you guys who these women are. Because there are a lot of women out here like this. And I keep telling you all, bro, birds thrives in chaos, drama. So they will always be on a podcast speaking like this because they are giving other birds hope. They are inspiration to other birds. They motivate them. Fellas, be careful out here, but please leave your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what y'all thought about this. I'm out.